Hey y'all, hey! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayshawn, and today I'm going to be coming to you guys with another story time. Okay, listen. This story time is about the time that I took my friend man. Okay, listen y'all. Listen to the story before y'all judge me, okay? I am not a bad friend, all right? Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely share this video, and make sure y'all come on back. Come on back for more videos, y'all. But let's just hop right on into it, okay? All right, y'all, so boom, let's get into it, right? Let's see, where should I start? All right, so my first job ever was at a movie theater, okay? It was not McDonald's, it was not Burger King, like a lot of other people first jobs was. No shade, but I'm just saying, I worked at a movie theater, okay? And my cousin worked there first, actually, and she told me, like, yeah, they're hiring, you should apply, you about to turn 16, like, you should apply. So I'm like, okay, bet. So I applied, and of course, your sis got the job, okay? So I got the job, and like I was working there for like a couple of months or whatever. Like I worked at the concession stand, you know. So I was working there for like a couple months. It was during the summertime, so they were hiring even more people in. Like they kept hiring. So these two new people came, and I'm gonna name the boy Jay and the girl Lane. Okay, so Jay and Lane, they come and they get hired because I seen them when they came in for their interview, and then like a couple days later I seen them like come in with the uniforms. So I'm like, okay, bet they got hired, right? So I've only been there for like maybe like a couple months, like almost 6 months when they got hired in or whatever. So when they came, when my managers brought them two down, you know, they're like, hey, this is Jay, this is Lane, you know, I want you guys to help them out, teach them the ropes, train them, X, Y, and Z, right? So we were talking to them. Like, once my manager left, you know, we're like getting to know each other. So we're talking to them, and they're like, yeah, we're siblings, we're brothers and sisters or whatever, blah, 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 this. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, that's cool. Who's the oldest? And Jay's like, I'm the oldest. I believe he said he was the oldest. But yeah, I think he was like, I'm the oldest. And they're like, yeah, we're always pretty much going to be working the same shifts because like we only got one car. So we're each other way to work. So I'm like, oh, okay, bet, like, whatever. So they're like, yeah, we're going to always work the same shifts, like, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, well, I'm Kay, blah, blah, blah. This is such and such. So we're just like talking, having a good time, right? So we're helping them out, showing them everything to do, blah, blah, blah. So for whatever reason, like every time I used to go to the back of the concession stand, like in the back will be where we hold like the cups, the lids, like all the additional like stuff that we need and extra materials if we ever needed it, right? So I would go in the back, and like Jay will always like follow me to the back. So I'm just like, okay, maybe he's just like trying to learn where everything is at. Like maybe he's just trying to, you know, maybe he's just taking his job like really serious. So he would always like follow me, and he would like brush past me, like, you know, like he wouldn't like inappropriately touch me or anything, but he would just be like too close. And I used to just be thinking like, what's going on here? But whatever. I just didn't think nothing of it. But he would always make sure like he brushed past my shoulder, or like, and like mind you, I'm only like 5'5", 5'6", and Jay was like 6 foot. Like, so he would just like, he would brush past me or like rub against me, or like every time I like, even in the back, I was teaching him how to change like the, you know, like the I forgot what those little big brown boxes are called that holds like the drink products, but you would change them, and you were like, what is these things called? I'm gonna post a picture of it. But like you would turn the knob, take them off, and put in like a new drink. Like if the Coke was out, we would change the Coke out, put another box there, and fill it up, right? So I was telling him like how to change it. Now if y'all ever worked, or just if y'all ever picked up one of those like drinks, like y'all know that those are like 50 pounds. Like those boys are heavy. And you know, I always have my little nails. So I'm like, Jay, yeah, well, we about to change out one of the Cokes. So like, you know, come pick it up because you the boy. So come pick one up, and I'm going to show you how to change it. So I was like, once he set it in like the little cage or whatever, I'm like, yeah, you just take it off, you twist it back on, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we like to clean them because that way it don't get sticky and things don't get stuck. So I'm like, this is how you do it. And he would be like, when I was twisted it, he like came up from behind me, and he was like, oh, like this? And I'm like, yeah, like that. Like you don't really gotta come up behind me. We just twisting stuff on and twisting it off. You don't have to hold my hand and twist it with me, you know, like, but okay. So I'm just like, yeah, Jay, like that. But anyways, I'm like, okay, let's go back up to the front. So we go back up to the front. So I'm telling him how to count his sheet in and like how to check like the temperature on like the hot dogs and certain stuff like that, right? So he just will always try to say like little jokes and like make me laugh and stuff. And I used to laugh because some of them was funny, but he would just tell me like little jokes and stuff. And we just had like a good vibe. Like me and him kind of connected a little bit more than Lane, because Jake was like, he was like all up on me. Like he always, every time I turned around, he was like right there. So like I didn't have no choice but to kind of be like this with him, you know? So me and Jay became like really, really cool, whatever. Like I used to love seeing his name on the schedule. Like he was so funny and he just was always around me. Like when we came in, we had like registers like 1 through 6. And like every time I picked my register, he would always like make sure he was next to me. Like he always wanted to be next to my register. So I'm just like, okay, cool, like whatever. Like we would kick it, we would laugh, and it was just like a good vibe. And like when we went on breaks and stuff, or if he got something to eat like for lunch, he like, you want something? I'll pay for it. Like I got you. Like what you want? And I'm just like, oh Jay, I'm cool. Like, you know, whatever. And I would notice like Lane would just kind of give me like, not dirty looks, because she was super nice. Like she was so nice, but she would just probably kind of be looking at us funny, like, me and you siblings, like, why you don't want your register next to mine? Like, why you want to be next to Kay? And like I could just tell like she just was like, her vibe was a little bit off when it came to me, but I didn't know why, because I'm seeing her like, what's wrong? Like, what you, like, I can't talk to your brother? Like I didn't think none of it, even though I didn't even like Jay like that. Like he just was funny. He was entertainment for work. Like he just kept me busy and he made the day go by faster. So I didn't like him or anything, but like when he was always in my face, so like I didn't have no choice but to kind of like talk to him and like, you know, vibe out with him, which he was cool though. So it just was what it was, right? So like I said, we would always have our registers next to each other, and like he would look at the schedule, and I guess he ended up telling like our manager like he can work other days, because remember when I told you when they first came in, they were like, we always have to work the same shift, that way we can catch a ride together and we can come. But he would ask to work other days. He like, yeah, we don't need to work the same shift or whatever he told the manager, because like I started seeing him more on like my shifts and I didn't see Lane. So I was just like, oh okay, like I thought y'all had to work the same shift, but I guess he had something worked out where he just was going, I don't know what his plan was to get to work, but he started coming in like without her and more on my shift. So I'm like, oh okay, that's cool, that's lit. At least I got somebody fun to work with. Listen, when you're working at the movie theaters and it's not like a weekend, it can get boring. Like I used to do like, you know, the weekdays in the morning, and it would be so boring because all the kids are in school and like nobody gets just coming to the movie theaters at like 10-11 o'clock in the morning besides like the elderly people. But like they wouldn't really even buy nothing from the concession stand. So I used to be so bored in the morning. So like you have to have somebody hype working with you in the morning, because oh my god, it like you would be just, it would be so dead. So like I used to like when I had him in the morning, because I'm like, oh bet he gonna keep me entertained, he gonna keep me busy, it's gonna be lit. Like we could sit and talk all day and get paid for it. So he used to always like work on my shifts or whatever. And then like sometimes when he couldn't work the mornings, because sometimes we would go down from 3 people to 2 people in the morning, so it'd be me and somebody else, he would literally, because and you know what, I forgot to add, like we all kind of exchanged numbers, because sometimes we would call each other like, hey, I can't come in from 6 to 11, do you want to take my shift? And then we'd be like, yeah, I'll take it. And then we'll have to call the managers and let them know like, hey, me and Jay switch shifts, blah blah blah. So we all got each other numbers, we all exchanged numbers. So like literally if he worked a night shift and he seen my name on the schedule for the morning shift, he would leave me, y'all, he would leave me little notes. Like we had, of course, you know, like the Coke refrigerators, like the little mini ones that you have all like the drinks in, and the vitamin water, the pops, like the bottled stuff in, the little small refrigerators. Like we would have to you know, reach behind the refrigerators to turn on like the on switch. So I remember I came in one morning, I was opening, and he texted me like, good morning. So I'm like, good morning. Because, you know, normally it would just be like, hey, can you work 6 to 11? Can you work 10 to 6? That was a conversation. It was no like, good morning, hey, how are you? How you doing? Because we had each other number for work purposes only, right? So he texts me like, good morning. And I'm like, oh, hey, good morning. And he's like, yeah, I left you a little note behind the second refrigerator when you go to turn it on. So I'm just like, a note? Okay, so I go and I look at the note, and it was literally like, good morning, beautiful. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm sorry I couldn't work with you today, but I hope you're thinking about me all day today. Okay, I'm just like, okay. So I'm just looking at the note, and I'm like, because at this point, like I said, it was a little flirting going on his end. I kind of just like, I wouldn't say I necessarily flirt back, but I kind of just accepted it. Like, I didn't like be like, don't flirt with me, or I wasn't like mean or anything about it. I just kind of like, I didn't tell him no about it. I just let him do it. So when he's just like, good morning, beautiful, I'm like, oh, yeah, you taking it there. Okay, so I'm just like, wow. So he texted me and he was like, did you get the note? I'm like, yeah, oh, thank you. Like, thanks. Like, I literally was like, thank you. Because I'm like, what the heck do I say? Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know. So I just was like, thank you. And then when he came in through like passing, because like, I would do like a 10 to 6. And then like, some people will be on the shift from like 5 to 11. So it was like that hour grace period to like switch. So he came in at 5 that day. And he came in and he was like, come here and give me a hug. And I was like, okay. Like, I was just accepting stuff, y'all. Like, I just was sitting there because I didn't mind having like a little work day, you know, keep the day going by fast. He would say little sweet stuff to me. Like, when it was not time to shut down, he would shut down for me. He would buy me lunch. He would do little cute things. So like, I was just like milking it for real. I didn't even go hold you up. If I wanted him to take a shift, he would take that shift for me. So I was just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna have me a little work day here or whatever, right? So I did start like eventually flirting back a little bit, because you know, people do grow on you after a while. Like, after a while of them being so consistent, they do grow on you. Because he wasn't an ugly guy, but like, I'm just at work. Like, I'm just literally at work. So I'm not even thinking about flirting or anything like that. So like, I start picking back up on the flirting or whatever. And we just would do like little cute stuff. And like, I'll be in the back washing dishes and he'll come up from behind me and he just was like rubbing up all against me and stuff. And I'm just like, you better stop. Like, being all extra, right, y'all? So like, I think Lang started picking up on this stuff, right? But she never said nothing. Like, she used to just like look and just probably think like, well, y'all getting a little too close. But I'm thinking she just being like an overprotective sister. Like, you know, I'm just like, okay, your sister clearly don't want us together, so you know, whatever. So I just stayed my little distance. If she needed me for something, I definitely helped her out, because she was never mean. She just was like, you could tell she was just like uncomfortable about something, or it was just some type of issue. Because I remember another day, it was all of us coming in, me, Jay Lane, and another co-worker. It was like a Saturday night. So normally like all the registers fill up because it's like 6 of us on a Saturday night. So I came in and I remember she literally bum rushed past Jay to get to the register next to me, because my favorite was 3, because my favorite number is 3, and 3 was like right in the middle. Like, I didn't like being at the first one or the last one, because the last one was all the way in the back and the first one was next to like the butter machine and stuff, and like, I hated being next to everybody coming in. No. So 3 was like right in the middle. It was like my favorite one, so I always would go to 3. So of course, what's next to 3? 2. So because it would be like 1 and then it would be a pop machine, and it's like 2, 3, pop machine, 4, 5, 6 is on the end. So I come in at 3 and the only one open next to me would be 2. And I remember Jay was like grabbing his sheet, because we had to grab our log to put down the logs and stuff. I remember he was grabbing his sheet and like Lane bum rushed past him to hurry up and come next to 2. And I knew she was trying to beat him to it, because like I said, Lane didn't really care for me. Like, she was never trying to be next to me on the register. Like, she didn't care to be next to me or nothing like that. Jay did. Jay always, if we always had a shift, he always was next to me in the register, y'all. So Lane like bum rush past him and hurry up and come on register 2. So I'm just looking, me and Jay looking, because you know this our little time, and we just looking like, dang, well, I guess we can't be next to each other at the registers. But like, we didn't really care, because I'm like, he can just go to 4. Like, we're just not super close. It's just like the pop machine is in the middle of us. But we was like, whatever, we don't care. So me and Lane are next to each other, and I'm just like, okay, carrying on about my day, counting my little sheet and stuff like that. And like, even Jay would count my sheet for me sometimes. Like, he just wanted to do everything for me. He put me on a little pedestal. And even like when I would ring up some customers, he would like get my popcorn for me. Like, I'm like, boy, get to your own register. We got customers in the line, and you holding up your line because you trying to make my stuff for me. Like, if he hear like the #1 combo, he was like, I got your popcorn, don't worry, just bring it up. And I'd be like, okay, like, thanks, babe. So no, but I'd be like, thanks, babe, you know, thanks, boo, you know. But nah, so he would be doing stuff like that. And I know Lane used to just be looking like, what is the thesis? And I used to be like, whatever, like, your brother like me, and it is what it is. Because like I said, I didn't like him like that, and I didn't want to be with him or nothing like that. It was just innocent flirting, at least on my end it was. So I remember like, me and Jay were in the back, and like, we were kind of like, we were doing a little bit too much. We just was hugged up a little bit because it was slow. So we was in the back like playing around and touchy and doing all this extra stuff. Not nothing too major, but we just was fooling around. And I remember Lane walked in on us, and like, Jay kind of like stopped, but he still stood over there next to me, and like, me and him kept talking. And I didn't really care, because I'm like, I don't care if your sister see us like goofing off. Like, I don't care. But he didn't really care, and like, she walked right past us, like, she didn't really say nothing. And I'm just thinking like, this energy is not right. Like, what is going on with this energy? So I remember like one day Jay and Lane came in together, and normally they kind of walk in together, but like Lane was like walking ahead of him, and I was already there. And Jay, I remember him coming up to me like, you know, listen, like, don't say nothing to Lane, like, she mad or whatever, like, she don't like that, you know, me and you be kicking it, like, she don't like this type of friendship we got, like, she mad or whatever. And I'm like, why she mad? Like, I just remember being like, why is she mad? He's like, let me go clock in, I'll talk to you about it. So I'm just like, what you mean she don't like the type of friendship we got? Like, we're so confused. But I'm just like, whatever, because I just was like, I don't care who like it. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. If I want to flirt with you, I'm gonna flirt with you. I don't care if your sister don't like it. I don't care who don't like it. Like, if me and you both okay with it, then that's just what's gonna be going on, period. So he came down, and we got super busy, so we never even got the chance to really even talk about it for real. And like, he would still text me like little stuff. So I don't know if like Lane ever read our text messages and was like, okay, y'all doing too much, like, this is flirtatious, like, what's going on? But I got off because, like I said, it was only like an hour in between before we switched shifts. And when we got busy that hour, I clocked out and I left, and I didn't really think about it, because he would text me like outside of work, but I wouldn't really text him because I didn't really care. Like, it just was what it was. If he hit me up, I would respond back to him. But he used to always just text me like, good morning, beautiful, good night, beautiful, like, I miss you, I hope we work together tomorrow. Like, he would just say like, I can't wait to see you tomorrow, like, stuff like that. And I used to be like, yeah, like, you know, he like all of that glove random little stuff, right? So I remember like the next day again, I had a 10 to 6, and they both came in from 5 to 11. And she walked in, like, you could tell she had been crying. Like, and mind you, like I said, the type of relationship me and Lane had, we was cool. Like, it was no beef, because she was a super nice girl. If I talked to her, she would respond back to me. If she asked me for something, I would talk back to her. Like, it was no beef or nothing. I just found it weird that she didn't like me and her brother vibe. Like, I didn't understand. So whatever. So she came in, and like, you could tell she had been crying or whatever. And I'm just sitting here thinking like, what's wrong with your sister? And she was just like, I'ma just be honest, like,
We just broke up.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
what you mean y'all just broke up? Like, y'all can't just break up from being siblings. If you want to disown your sister, fine, but you can't break up for being siblings. And he like, no, that was my girlfriend. Okay. Your girlfriend What do you mean, sir, that was your girlfriend? He told me that was his girlfriend. So I'm like, why did you say that y'all were siblings? And he was like, because like a lot of times people don't want to hire couples. They don't want you co-workers to, be together or anything like that. So we just told him that we were siblings. I'm like, you didn't have to tell them nothing at all. Y'all could have just been friends. Y'all could have been anything else, but y'all said y'all was siblings. And then you had the nerve to be up here flirting with me, touching on me, trying to sit next to me or stand next to me on the register in front of your girlfriend. Like, you ruthless. Like, you are literally ruthless about it. Like, he did not care. Like, this dude, when I tell you, even when Lane was there, he did not try to hide his feelings from me. He did not try to hide anything. Like, he literally was acting like they were siblings. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, that's why baby girl got a problem with me, because she thinking I'm trying to take her man. And I'm sitting here clueless as ever, y'all. Clueless as ever. And he's sitting here letting me, because I'm just sitting here thinking, like, why do your sister have a problem with me? Like, why do your sister be looking at me like that? Like, why your sister don't like me? And he just like, yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't trip. Meanwhile, it's because y'all are together. Like, y'all are in love. I think at that time they were together for like 2 years, yo. So I'm just sitting here looking like, and he's like, I'll be right back. Let me go clock in. So I'm just sitting there thinking like, okay, what should I do? Should I say something to her? Like, dang, my bad. I didn't know y'all was together. Like, should I approach the situation and be like, I thought y'all was siblings still, or should I not say nothing at all because, like, it's not my place? Like, that's between her and her man, because I don't owe you nothing. Your man the one flirting with me, and I just reciprocated. But I'm just sitting here thinking, like, woman to woman, and I hate when people try to come to people as a woman, like, but at that time, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, dang, what should I do? Like, I don't want the vibes to be off and we all got to work together, because Jay wasn't giving up. Like, when he said they broke up, he still came down there and he got his register next to me. And, like, he was making jokes and he just was still talking to me regular. Meanwhile, Lane is over there with a freaking dark cloud over her, and it's just storming and raining, and she just depressed. She's sad. She not her happy-go-lucky self. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, y'all both broke up. You over here happy. She over there sad. Like, it's just crazy. And, like, I just kind of feel bad, because at the end of the day, I'm still a woman. And I'm like, dang, like, the worst thing to do when you and your boyfriend just broke up is to have to come to work with him, one. And then 2, be around a person that really kind of broke y'all up. And then 3, for him to be laughing and kicking it with the girl in your face. Like, I just know she probably was like, I cannot wait to go home. Like, I cannot wait to clock out. And I'm just over here, like, stuck, like, dang, like, what do I do? Like, what should I say? I don't know what to do. But I'm just like, I had to just tell her, like, girl, dang, homegirl, like, I didn't even know. Like, I'm still thinking that y'all are siblings. Like, if I would have known, I would have never flirted back. I wouldn't have did any of that. She's like, it's okay. Just do me a favor and, like, just, like, don't talk to him. Wait, what? Why I can't talk to him? So I'm sitting here thinking, like, girl, don't tell me you one of those, sis. Please don't tell me you one of those. So I'm like, what you mean don't talk to him? And she's like, yeah, we broken up, but, like, it would help if, like, you just didn't talk to him. So I'm like, well, wait. Why I can't talk to him? Like, her whole thing was, like, maybe if I didn't talk to him, like, he would start liking her back, or, like, maybe if I cut him off, like, he would go back to her. And I'm just thinking, like, homegirl, no. That is not the way to think, because if your man don't want you up against any female, then that's a situation you need to deal with your man, and he shouldn't be your man. I shouldn't have to stop talking to this man for him to be like, dang, I can't talk to Kay, so let me go back to Lane. Like, you shouldn't even want a guy like that. So I'm like, sis, let me tell you, I'm not going to stop talking to him. And I just meant as far as, like, in the work environment. Like, I'm not about to simply ignore him. We had a lot of shifts together. I'm not about to walk around not speaking to him, not talking to him. Now I got to walk on eggshells because you want your man back, and I'm confused. So I'm just like, no, I'm not about to do that. I'm like, if you was smart, you wouldn't want a man like that anyways. Like, you need to know your worth, homegirl. And if he don't appreciate you, then that's on him. Because if y'all can come to work and within a matter of months, y'all break up and y'all done been together because of me, I do got that effect on people. it is what it is. So no, but for real, because I feel bad for her. But I'm just thinking, like, if a girl, meaning me, can just come into a relationship where y'all done been together for years and just kind of like take your man that quick, boo, he ain't your man and you shouldn't want him back as your man. So you need to take this blessing that y'all done broke up and carry on for real, because I'm just like, I'm not gonna stop talking to him. Like, just even on a friend tip, like, I'm really not. And then I feel bad because I'm like, I had to tell Jay, like, listen, don't lose your relationship over me, because I'm like, I don't want no relationship right now. Like, I had to keep it 100 with him. So I'm like, I hope you don't think that you breaking up with her, me and you was gonna get together. No, I just want you to make my popcorn and give me free lunch. That's it. See, y'all, that's why y'all can't play with people's emotions, because I got him messing up his whole relationship for me. And I don't even want to be bothered like that. I just thought it was fun and games. I thought we were just flirting at work and we was going to keep it moving, boo. Like, I didn't know you was going to just break up with her like that. And it's crazy because when they broke up, she still was giving him rides, because when I had came to realize that Lane mama was the one dropping them off to work. So at first I just thought that was both their mamas, but no, it was just Lane's. And when they broke up, she was still bringing him to work, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, Lane, how you gonna break up? Like, how y'all gonna break up and you still trying to make sure he gets to work? I mean, some people might be like, that's big of you, but no, if you cheat on me and flirting with other people in front of my face, boo, catch the bus to work. I'm not gonna make sure you get to work, boo. So then, literally the day after that, he come in, and this is the time, like, where Game Boys, like, yeah, what's those things? Yeah, they were like Game Boys, and like you can record stuff on it or like take pictures or something, whatever those little things was. He came into work, y'all, and he pull out his little Game Boy and he shows me a video of them two having sex. And he was like, yeah, like, she just so sad because she missed this. And I'm like, what? And he's like showing me, and he's like, and I'm literally seeing him, like, I'm literally seeing them have sex. And I'm just like, okay, why would you be showing me this, sir? Like, that's an invasion of her privacy, number one, because they were like doing it from the back. So I don't even know if she even know he was recording it. I don't even know still to this day if she know that he showed me. But he was just showing me this, and he was just like, forget that part. Like, you see what I'm working with. I'm like, sir, no, this is not a turn on. You cannot show me a video of you and another girl having sex and think that's supposed to do something for me. No. So I just was like, ugh. So now I can't even look at Lane the same, because I'm just like, I just seen a video of you throwing it back, and I wanna go back in time and wish I never seen that video, okay? But I'm just like, Jay, like, okay, so I had to just set something straight. I'm just like, Jay, listen,
this ain't what you want. Like, I'm trouble. I'm toxic. No, like, you need to go back to Lane, because this is just not, it's not that, boo. Like, it's really not that.
So at the end of the day, he showed me that, and we kind of like, our flirting kind of dialed down, at least from my end, because he didn't care. Like, he literally did not care that they broke up. Like, he still was flirting with me, but I just felt bad, y'all, because I like Lane, like, and we was cool. Like, we was friends. Like, she would give me the cold shoulder, but like I said, she was still so nice to me. She still would talk to me. Like, we was cool. Like, we worked together all the time. So like, I felt so bad, because I'm just like, you over here heartbroken by this guy, and he just like, he didn't care at all. He's still trying to talk to me. He's still flirting with me. So I kind of just felt bad, and I kind of just dialed back myself, and like, we would still be cool and like talk, but like, I'm just like, no, you can't touch me. Like, you can't buy me lunch. Like, I'm over here a little bit mad because now all my privileges getting taken away because I'm trying to do the right thing. But I'm just like, no, like, we just gotta be friends, and that's it. So at the end of the day, I forgot what happened. I think he got fired or he quit, but Lane still worked there, and like, we became so cool. Like, after we worked out that situation, I let her know, like, I'm not even that type of chick. Like, I honestly, like, thought that y'all was siblings, and she like, I know, like, she couldn't even blame me because y'all are the ones who said y'all was siblings. Like, I didn't know, and I'm
Just like, girl, I didn't mean to take your man. I tried to give him back, but he didn't want to come back, sis. I'm sorry.
so no, but I'm just like, look, I'm sorry, girl, just off the strength strength of like me being the other person. But she's like, no, it's okay. And we worked through that. It was still cool because after he got fired, she stayed there like a really long time. And we became friends. And we're still friends to this day. And this happened like a good, like, oh my God, like 6-7 years ago. And now she's in a relationship and she is so happy, and they've been together for years, and she got her own business and she's doing great things. So I'm super proud of her, and she's such a nice and sweet girl. Like, oh my God, I love her to death. But it was just crazy because I'm like, boo, what you mean stop talking to him? Like, girl, you gotta be smarter than that. But no, like I said, she's doing so much better nowadays. And Jay, like, I have no idea where he's at. Like, I don't even know if she know where he at, because like I didn't follow him on nothing that I remember, and we didn't keep in touch after he left because I'm like, boom, you gone, so no need for you, sir, because you can't buy me lunch, you can't do nothing for me no more. So now that you gone, we gone, deuces. So yes, y'all, that was about the time that I took my friend. Man, okay, listen, I tried to give him back though. That was my good deed. I picked him right back up and I said, here you go, sis. I try to flick him over there. Take your man back. I don't want him over here. I'm good. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure y'all come on back for more videos that I'm going to be uploading. And once again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos to the world, okay? Until next time, peace.